Right. So today we're going deep
Oh, yeah.
into a story that's got a bit of everything.
Oh, good.
You know, you've got that Hollywood glamour, a little bit of Bayou grit. We're talking Lana Del Rey,
I
right?
see where we're going.
The queen of like melancholic pop, and her new husband, Jeremy Dufrene,
Wow, yeah.
an alligator swamp tour guide.
You're kidding.
Nope. So we're going to try to figure out what this unexpected, I guess you could say, pairing, what it all means.
That's sure.
Maybe about how Del Rey's changing, you know, as a person, as an artist.
Right, let's do it.
So get ready. It's going to be a wild ride.
Definitely has people talking, that's for sure.
Right.
I mean, you've got Del Rey, right? Everyone knows her for that vintage Americana style, always dripping in pearls, diamonds. Then you've got Dufrene out there wrestling alligators, basically.
Remember, guys, this video is sponsored by One Browser. Don't miss out. One Browser is the must-have tool of 2024. Try it now. Link is in the description. Back to the video.
A real head-scratcher, at least at first glance.
Absolutely. Our main source for this deep dive, it's a Daily Mail article. And it covers Del Rey's first, public appearance since the wedding.
Right.
So she's at the InStyle Imagemaker Awards in Bel Air, which is like the definition of glitz and glam.
Oh, yeah.
And there she is, just greeting Camila Cabello.
Wow.
With a simple wedding band. Just,
Oh, wow.
just like that.
So subtle.
It's subtle.
Right. But it speaks volumes, you know?
It really does.
That's a quiet statement, but in a super public way.
Yeah.
Like she's saying, hey, this is me. This is my life now.
Exactly. Makes you wonder what drew her to this whole other world, right?
It does.
I mean, think about it. So far from the spotlight,
Yeah.
and especially when you consider the wedding itself. They got married in Des Allemands, Louisiana.
I've heard of it.
Small town, smack dab in the middle of alligator country.
Oh, wow.
It's almost symbolic, wouldn't you say?
I mean, absolutely. You
Right.
think about Del Rey's music, it's all about nostalgia.
Right.
Classic Americana.
Yeah.
But this adds a whole new layer,
Totally.
like a Southern Gothic romance vibe.
I know. It's unexpected, but it kind of fits, right?
Totally fits.
It's like something out of one of her music videos,
I can see it.
And speaking of connections to her music,
Yeah.
you're not going to believe this.
Like,
The wedding officiant,
yeah.
Pastor Judah Smith.
Oh.
Pastor Judah Smith. He was featured on her 2023 album.
Oh, no way. Really?
Yeah.
Huh. That's not just any random officiant then.
No, it's
There's
not.
a personal connection there.
Definitely.
And an artistic one, too.
Absolutely. Makes you think maybe spirituality is a big part of her life, her choices.
You think so?
Maybe even led her to Dufrene somehow,
That's interesting. I hadn't thought of that.
So, okay, we've got this old Hollywood glamour.
Yeah.
We've got some Louisiana backwater charm. A sprinkle of spirituality, right?
Right.
But the big question is,
Yeah.
how did these two even meet?
Ah, yes. The mystery of it all. Well, their whole love story is pretty hush-hush still.
Yeah.
But there are pictures of them together, going back to 2019.
Oh, really?
Apparently, Del Rey took one of Dufrene's swamp tours.
Wow.
Talk about a meet-cute.
I know.
Pop star goes to the swamp, meets a gator wrestling tour guide. Who could have predicted that?
Right. It's almost too perfect.
It is.
You've got this melancholic songstress venturing into the Louisiana wild, alligators everywhere, and she finds love
Right.
in the most unexpected place.
Yeah.
I can already picture the headlines.
I bet you can.
Romance in the Bayou,
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
Definitely.
It's a story that writes itself.
It really does.
It really does.
That's for sure.
So stay tuned, because we're gonna dig into this a little bit deeper, figure out what it all means,
Okay.
and what it might tell us about Del Rey's future.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it.
Right. Should be interesting.
It will be. Yeah, it paints a pretty interesting picture, doesn't it? I mean, It has everyone wondering, what's she looking for?
Yeah.
Is it like a simpler life? Escaping the Hollywood craziness?
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, we always see celebrities dating other celebrities.
Yeah.
Stuck in that whole red carpet party scene.
Right.
But Del Rey seems to be, actively rejecting that. And think about Des Allemands,
Yeah.
where Dufrene lives.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a different universe from Hollywood, right?
Totally.
It's this tiny little town in St. Charles Parish.
Mm-hmm.
Life probably moves at a snail's pace there compared to L.A.
Yeah, that difference in pace, I think that's what's catching everyone's attention.
I agree.
It makes you wonder, Could this desire for something more real affect her music?
Ooh, that's a good question.
You know, maybe we'll start hearing the sounds of the bayou in her songs.
Ooh.
Those rhythms, that atmosphere.
I like that.
Could be interesting to see how it plays out.
Definitely. I mean, her music's always had that, like, melancholic beauty.
Yeah.
But maybe this new chapter in her life will give it, I don't know, maybe like a rawness.
Uh-huh.
Bit of that Southern Gothic vibe we talked about.
Yeah, that mystique.
Exactly.
I'm really curious to see what her next album sounds like, you know?
Me too, me too.
Hmm?
It really shows how artists are always changing, right?
Always.
Their lives, their relationships, it all becomes part of their art.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
It is. And speaking of relationships, I can't stop thinking about Pastor Judah Smith.
Oh, yeah, the efficient.
Yeah, it's not just that he, officiated the wedding.
Right.
It's the connection he has with Del Rey, personally, creatively.
Right, like they did that song together.
Exactly. Judah Smith Interlude.
Yeah.
It's on her latest album.
Wow, his involvement adds a whole other layer to this, doesn't it?
It does.
Like maybe spirituality is a really big part of her decision-making?
Totally.
Guiding her choices?
It's almost like all these parts of her are coming together.
Uh-huh.
The artist, the spiritual seeker, the woman in love,
Right.
and Pastor Smith is like the bridge between them.
That's a really interesting way to look at it. I like that.
And it makes you think about Del Rey wanting more than just fame and fortune, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this marriage, choosing something so different.
Right.
It's part of a bigger search for something real, for connection, for some kind of spiritual grounding.
You think so?
I don't know. That's just a thought.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it makes you think about what really matters, right?
Exactly.
We try to put people in boxes, but it's never that simple. These
Yeah.
are complicated.
And maybe, who knows, maybe Del Rey doing this, choosing her own path.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll inspire other people to do the same.
I think.
Yeah, to challenge expectations,
Right, to be themselves.
Exactly.
That's powerful.
It is.
And it makes this whole story even more captivating.
Totally.
Yeah.
And, even though this whole thing seems unconventional,
Mhm.
there are still those little connections to Del Rey's past.
Like,
Remember that part in the Daily Mail article? Her running into Camila Cabello at the awards.
oh, yeah, I remember that.
It seems so random at the time.
It did.
But now, it makes you wonder,
What are you thinking?
could it be a sign that even though she's stepping back from the spotlight,
Yeah,
she still wants to connect with people in the music industry?
that's possible.
Like maybe finding comfort with other artists, people who get what it's like to be famous?
Yeah, like a support system, a community.
Exactly.
Because even though she's choosing a different life, she's still a part of that world.
Yeah, it's a good point.
That's a tough balance.
So is she trying to, bridge those two worlds?
I don't know. Good
The
question.
world of fame and the world of, quiet simplicity?
Yeah,
Or is she making a choice, one over the other?
it's a classic dilemma, isn't it?
It is, and I think it's something a lot of people struggle with,
Definitely. Not just celebrities.
Finding that balance between your public life and your private life.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough.
It is. And for someone like Del Rey, it's probably even harder.
Yeah, I mean, everything she does is analyzed, Her choices, her relationships, even where she gets married.
It's crazy.
It is, but she seems to be doing it her way.
Yeah, she does.
Defying expectations, being true to herself.
Absolutely.
It reminds us that even celebrities are human.
At the end of the day, they're just like us.
Exactly. Wanting love, connection, meaning.
It's universal, isn't it?
It is. And as we keep digging into this,
Mm-hmm.
those themes, authenticity, self-discovery, finding meaning.
They keep popping up.
Yeah, it's like this marriage, this unexpected pairing.
Mm-hmm.
It's sparking a bigger conversation
Interesting.
about what it means to live a good life, a fulfilling life.
I like that.
No matter who you are, where you come from.
It's a good reminder.
It is. And as we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Yeah.
there's this one question I can't shake.
Okay.
What will this whole thing, this unconventional marriage, what impact will it have on Del Rey's music?
Ooh, good question. Yeah, that's the question, isn't it? The million-dollar question. It's like, we're seeing her change right in front of us, her life becoming her art.
Totally. It's wild.
I mean, think about it. She used to sing about, heartbreak, Hollywood dreams. Now she's got this whole bayou thing happening.
I know, right? It makes you wonder, will her sound change? Will we hear some swamp blues in there?
Maybe? Or what about the lyrics? Will we see, this new grounded feeling? Or maybe she'll get into, the myths and stories of Louisiana.
Oh,
that
yeah.
would be cool. And the visuals, too,
Yeah.
Like, what if her music videos had these, like, moss-covered trees, slow-moving bayou water, instead of all the Hollywood glitz?
I can totally see it. It'd be so different, but
Yeah.
still so Lana Del Rey, you know?
Exactly. It's still her, but with this new depth, this new meaning.
And that's what's so exciting. It's not just about how things look different. It's about how this experience could change her art, make it even better. And it all comes back to authenticity.
Right.
This marriage, this unexpected turn, maybe it's the key to her becoming even more genuine, more real in her art.
It's possible. It reminds us that growing, changing, it often comes from the unexpected. Stepping outside your comfort zone, letting life surprise you. And who does that better than Lana Del Rey?
Seriously.
Uh,
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Lana Del Rey's swamp romance, it's clear this is more than just a celebrity love story.
oh, yeah.
We're seeing a woman at a turning point, an artist on the edge of something big,
It's exciting.
and that's what makes it so interesting. The story's not over yet, and we get to watch it unfold.
And that's the magic of art, isn't it? It's life reflected back at us, and it makes us think, feel, connect.
Yeah.
So keep listening to Del Rey's music. See if you hear those changes, those hints of the bayou. What will you hear now?
Great question. That's something to think about as we follow her journey. Until next time, happy listening, everyone.